Now in this session, we're going to understand the term attributes. What exactly is this attributes? Let us understand. We do have a various attributes that have to be analyzed here in statistics. What exactly is an attribute? Simply, we just need to relate this to the data set that we collect. When we collect a data set, we are going to collect various data sets that falls under different categories. In a data set, there will be several features. Each feature is going to give you one variable. For an example, age is a variable, gender is a variable, and similarly height is a variable, temperature level is a variable. Now, although these are all numbers or something cannot be measured by the numbers, these will fall under simple data, right? But each and every data is different from each other. So that means that they do have a specific characteristic they do possess, right? So every variable will fall under separate category, and that category will have its unique features and the characteristics, which is called attributes. Now let us understand the attributes with respect to the variables or the data points. Let us understand. So in the statistics, attributes refer to the characteristics or properties of an object or a set of data that can be measured, observed, recorded. We collect various data points which will get clustered into various categories. Each category would possess its own features, right? Now, let us completely understand what exactly are the different attributes of the variables or the data points. Some data points are qualitative attributes. We will have qualitative attributes. Where is this? What is a qualitative attributes? Again, in the qualitative attribute, we do have nominal attributes and ordinal attributes. These attributes used to categorize classify data into distinct group categories. They do not have a numerical value or an order. These variables will not have any numerical significance. They do not possess any numerical value unless we assign some numerical values to simplify the data set. Initially, to start with, when we collect these data items, they do not have any numerical significance. What are those? In the nominal attributes, these categories do not have any specific order of ranking. For example, gender. Can you order this gender? It could be male or female. There is no specific order. And the next thing is colors. There can be any number of colors. There is no order in between them. Similarly, types of fruits. There are several types of fruits like apple, banana, and orange. These are not types, rather these are the classes of fruits. I would say these are the classes of fruits. Okay, these cannot be categorized into a specific range or a specific cluster. Ordinal attributes. What are ordinal attributes? These categories, the specific order of ranking will be able to order them. But again, there is no numerical significance. There is no but the difference between the categories are not meaningful. There is no numerical significance. The difference in between the categories, there is no meaningful insight that we'll be able to get. What exactly are those? The rating scales. For an example, good, average, better. There is no meaningful relationship, right? And similarly, we do have education levels, high school, undergraduate, and a graduate. These are called ordinal attributes. Second thing is quantitative attributes. As the term suggests, these attributes will have a numerical significance. What exactly are those? Again, these will get divided into discrete attributes, continuous attributes. What is the discrete attributes? Discrete attribute example is number of students in a class. This will get spread across a domain, 0 to 60, 0 to 65. And this is a discrete. Right, from roll number 0 to 65, we do have a continuous and discrete values. Okay, these represent countable data. They can take only specific values, usually integers. Right, from 0 to 65, 0 to 70 with respect to the number of students in a class, number of cars in a parking lot, or number of children in a family. These are countable, and these are bound to a restricted domain, maybe 0 to up to some extent, maybe the size of the class. Similarly, we do have something called continuous attributes. What are the continuous attributes? These continuous attributes are the measurable data that can take only any value within a range. For an example, there is a temperature. This temperature would be falling under a certain range. It would not go beyond a point. Let us take Hyderabad. Hyderabad minimum temperature is 8 degrees, maximum temperature is maybe 45 degrees. It would not cross there. That is what a temperature is. That what the measurable data can take any value within a specific range. For example, height, weight, temperature, time. time will be falling under 0 to 23.59, right? So that's the time. Similarly, all these variables will take the values that spread across a range. This range is limited, and this range will have a numerical significance. And the third thing is a binary attribute. Some variables are binary in nature. Let us say yes or no, male or not. Okay, so this is simply true or false. The binary attributes will take 0 and 1. Inside the computer system will take only 0 and 1. 0 means false, 1 means true. There is a specific column when you have to tick whether you choose it or not. It will be classified into true or false. For an example, male or female. Generally we don't just take this a male or a female, male or not. Okay, and the other terms, in the other terms, for true or false, the best example is whether you choose a specific feature or not. Yes or no, that's it. That will be called as a binary attributes. Interval attributes. What is an interval attributes? Understand carefully. In the interval attributes, there is a point 0, but 0 meaning not nothing. I hope you got a point. For an example, there is a temperature, Celsius as Fahrenheit. Now understand 0 degrees. What is 0 degrees? Is 0 degrees no temperature? No. For 0 degrees also, there is some temperature, right? The 0 degrees doesn't mean that there is no temperature. That is what? Internal attribute. What is an internal attribute? These attributes represent data with meaningful differences between the values. They will have meaningful differences from one value to another value. If you understand, if you identify, you will be able to get some characteristic. How hot, rather how cold with respect to a temperature. But here in this case, more importantly, 0 doesn't mean that there is no temperature, right? So yes, but there is no true 0 point. The 0 value does not indicate the absence of the quantity. 0 doesn't mean that there is no temperature. It doesn't signifies the absence of the quantity. Example, temperature in Celsius Fahrenheit, where 0 does not mean no temperature, it just is a reference point. The next thing is the ratio attributes. Ratio attributes, on the other hand, on the other way around, 0 meaning the absence of the quantity. For an example, weight, height, income, age. What is income? 0 income meaning there is no income. It doesn't, 0 doesn't mean that there is a significant quantity. 0 is no quantity, as simple as this. Age, 0 meaning the people have not yet born it. Height and weight. These are similar to the interval attributes. These are also spread across some range. It will be at some range. Temperature will be falling under 0 to rather minus something to positive something. But 0 will also signify one specific temperature. But it is very similar. What is that? The ratio attributes will also be very similar to the previous one, but here the thing is 0 means nothing. A 0 height means that it is not having no height at all. Okay. Now let us understand what are the qualitative attributes. Qualitative attributes are nominal, ordinal. Quantitative, discrete and continuous, as we discussed. Binary attributes, special type of categorical attributes with two values only, 0 and 1. Interval attributes, of course the interval attributes, they will spread across some range, but there 0 signifies some value. It is not 0. Ratio meaning 0 will absolutely be equal to 0. These actually are the attributes with respect to the statistics. Thank you.